Welcome, everybody, to our team call, the last one of the month. So I know that all of you guys who are not quite yet in Success Club have been powering it out all day. And as soon as this call ends, you're going to go and send the last few follows up, try and lock it in, right? Raise your hand if you're qualified for Success Club. Woo! Good job, everybody. Awesome. Raise your hands if you're not giving up until the clock strikes midnight. Woo! I love it. Krista's iPhone raises his hand. Awesome. All right. So I thank you guys first of all for being here. I know it is, a crazy time when it's the last day of the month. So I'm so excited to see all of you guys. I'm really excited, excuse me, about the presentation that I have for you tonight. So I'm just going to go ahead and launch right in. Share my screen so everybody can see it. Can you guys see? Give me a little thumbs up. Perfect. All right. So today I'm going to be talking to you guys about how changing my mindset from coaching just being about challenge packs to stepping up into a leadership mindset really helped me to achieve my goals. So we're going to be talking a little bit about the different ranks in Beachbody that you can be as a coach and the leadership ranks, how my business changed as I progressed through them, the types of things that I was able to kind of unlock for myself as I went along, and just how it affected me and my mindset and in my business. And then also going to just be talking a little bit about how you can get there yourself, and sharing a few little tips. So hopefully you guys pick out some nuggets. Just to start out, I wanted to set a foundation because I'm sure that all of you guys have seen this graphic before, but just in case we have some very new coaches on our call, which we have a lot of new coaches on our team. So what I'm going to be talking to you guys about tonight are the different ranks that you can be as a coach. And this is based on your activity as a coach and the type of work that you're doing. The ranks are, as you can see here, these are the first 4. And there are 19 paid ranks in Beachbody, and you can progress all the way up from coach all the way up through all 19 of them. And each one comes with its own different incentives and perks and benefits and such. So these are the first ones, and these are the ones everybody's the most familiar with, because if you're a new coach, these are kind of the ones that you're working within. When you sign up as a coach, you can see on the far left, your coach. If you sign up with a challenge pack, you're automatically an active coach. If not, as soon as you place an order that's worth 50 personal volume or more, you're considered an active coach. See this little blue dot? And a lot of people will stay here, and there's nothing wrong with that. But if you really want to build a business with longevity and with the potential to create a significant income for yourself or your family, then you need to promote up through the ranks. And that's what we're going to be talking about, that kind of mindset shift. So just this is a quick little overview. You can screenshot this if you want to have it, just for your own memory. But this is showing you what your downline would look like in each of these ranks. So when you're an active coach, you don't have any coaches under you. You may have lots of customers, but you haven't signed up any coaches. When you're an emerald, you have 2 coaches under you, 1 on each side of your organization, and then so on and so forth. Okay, so let's start at the very beginning. When you sign up as a coach, one of the first benefits that you get that is very exciting is you get that 25% discount. And when you sign up as a coach, whether you want to be a rock star, you want to be top 10 one day, or whether you just want to make a little bit here and there, it's all the same. You get the 25% discount, and you can earn commissions on customer purchases. So usually when you sign up as a coach, it's because you've done a challenge group or you're familiar with a program, you had a really great experience. So you're in this fitness mindset, you're in this transformation mindset, this health and fitness mindset. You have probably either got some results, you had a really great experience in a challenge group, and you're thinking, I could do this for other people, or people are already noticing my transformation. Why don't I get paid for talking about it instead of just talking about it and not getting paid? Or you're signing up like I did right from the beginning, not having a transformation yet, not having been in a challenge group, but seeing the potential and the vision and really wanting to get plugged into the accountability and the community, and then also have the potential to be making money back. So this is really, really exciting because this means that you've taken that first step. And at this point, you're probably really excited. The world is your oyster. You've got all of this potential laid out in front of you. You just have to decide where you want to go from it. So when I was a new coach, just a regular coach, I was really basically a challenge group leader, because when you're a coach, the only way that you can make income is off customer purchases. So I was telling my story, sharing my story on social media and with people when I saw them in person and in conversation. And people were asking me more about what I was doing, because I was loving it so much that I was just like bubbling over. Like I couldn't shut up about this challenge group that I was in, and the Shakeology that I was drinking, and the workouts that I was doing at home that were so short. And I was showing people my progress and talking about all of the positive things that were happening in my life because of it. And then I personally was also finally plugged into this community of positivity and this accountability, and that was helping me in my own fitness journey as much as I was able to help other people. And because of that, I started earning my first paychecks, and they were all commission at that point. But I was able to actually earn a fairly good chunk each week just off commission. So if you're here and you're a new coach and you need to make money, you're like, look, I love helping people. I got into this for that. I love the discount, but I have a family and I have bills to pay and I need to make money. And you look at these different ranks and you're thinking about, stepping into leadership, and that seems very distant to you from where you are right now. And maybe that seems overwhelming, or maybe you think no one's going to want to be a coach with me. No one's going to want to join my team. I can't lead a team. I can't be a leader. Whether or not that's true, which it's not, the truth of the matter is that you can still earn paychecks as a coach if you take advantage of the fact that you can earn these commissions on customer purchases. And the easiest way for me to do that when I was a new coach was I knew what I needed to make that week to help my family. So if I needed to make $300 to be able to put towards a bill that we had coming up, all I did was reverse engineer it. I said the least expensive challenge pack commission that I can earn is $40. So that's only if people buy the least expensive pack. If people buy other ones, I make more. So worst case scenario, each person that joins me, I make $40 off of them. Well, if I need to make $300, then I just reverse engineer that, and I know how many people I'm going to aim to add to my challenge group. And that was how I did it in the beginning. And I think that that's a really great way to get started, because the more people that you're bringing in to your challenge groups, the more people that you're able to help. Not only the more money are you making in commissions from the beginning, you're also setting yourself up for residual income in the subsequent months, but you're also getting to really build some momentum, really build some trust with the people that are with you, to create success stories. You can brag on your challengers, you can talk about it, and then they're going to be going out into their daily lives and just bubbling over in the same way. And a lot of those people that have great experiences are going to want to become coaches too. So it's a great way to get started. Very, very early on. So when I signed up as a coach, I knew that I wanted to build this into something that was replacing and surpassing our household income from before, from both of our careers. So I had this mindset of building from the very beginning. So for me, getting to Emerald and getting there quickly was something that was at the top of my priority list. So getting to Emerald, that's your first promotion as a coach, means that you have 2 coaches signed up under you that are both active. So they've placed an order of some sort. And you have one on the left side of your organization and one on the right. The cool thing about Emerald is that it comes with so many perks right off the bat. It's a huge jump from coach to Emerald as far as what you're able to unlock for yourself in your business. When you're a coach, just a coach, you can earn income just off of customer purchases, the commission. That's it. That's really your only option in what you can do as far as building income. When you're an Emerald, you can earn the same income off commissions from customer purchases, but now you can also earn income off the volume that your team creates, and your team is you plus any coaches that are from you down. So this is where things really start to build. I like to refer to Emerald as the beginning of the rest of your coaching life, because once you open up, they call them your bonus cycle banks, you unlock massive and exponential potential for yourself in your business. When you get to Emerald also, you can start qualifying for the Beachbody Lead Program, which means that you get free customers from Beachbody. So Beachbody as a company has 3 different sections. We're very different than most other companies in the same style of business as we're in, because most of them are just a company with a product and the network sells that product and that's it. But Beachbody was a company, a very successful one, before they added the coaching opportunity. So we have that company just called Beachbody. It's beachbody.com. That's like what you see. That's what you see when you see like 3 a.m. P90X infomercials. That's Beachbody. So there's that. Then we have Team Beachbody, which is us, the network, all the coaches and all the stuff that we do. And then they have Beachbody Live, which is the instructor training program. So if you want to get certified to teach a workout class at a gym or on your own or whatever. So there's these 3 divisions. So the leads come from Beachbody. So when someone is ordering from an infomercial, or when they just Google and they find a program, they just go to beachbody.com. They're not linked to a coach, right? They're not going through a coach. So what Beachbody does is they take those people and they randomly assign them out to coaches in the network that qualify for the lead program. To qualify, you have to be an Emerald, and you have to be hitting Success Club. But hitting Success Club is something that you do anyway as a working coach, as your non-negotiable baseline. So that's the easy part. Getting to Emerald is the second half. Once you get to Emerald, you kind of start to shift. But for me, the big mindset shift, I cannot speak tonight. The big mindset shift happened after Emerald. But once you get to Emerald, you start to shift. So you start to talk to the coaches that signed up under you and help them get started right the same way you did. Get them plugged into the team groups, get them plugged in with new coach training, and you kind of start to shift into leadership. But for me, the big shift didn't happen until I reached Diamond. So as you remember, the ranks go Coach, Emerald, Ruby, Diamond. And I'm skipping Ruby for this team call just because there's not a lot of differences in perks between Emerald and Ruby, except that your pay just goes up a little bit. But Diamond comes with a whole bunch of extra perks. So we're going to skip ahead. For me, Diamond was a rank that really changed my mentality. And once I got to Diamond and started looking towards the future, everything shifted in my business. So when you get to Diamond, you get a big pay increase in what you can make for the volume of your team in your team bonus cycles. So you get paid $18 per cycle instead of $14 as an Emerald. And I know that may not seem like a lot right now, but when you think about the fact that you could be cycling over and 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 over again, that extra $4 each time really starts to add up. Diamond is also the first rank that's considered a leadership rank by Beachbody Corporate. So this is when you really start getting taken seriously by the company, by your friends and family, and you can start to really feel like you're taking yourself seriously as a Diamond. As a Diamond, it means that you've not only helped challengers to have success, but now you've also signed up coaches and helped them to have business success, because to get to Diamond, you have to have 2 Emerald coaches under you, in addition to having 4 coaches on each side that are just coaches. Hang on one second. Just 1 second, guys. Sorry. Okay, so for Diamond, it's the first one where you have really created some sort of business success underneath you. So you have these 2 Emeralds. So now you have coaches that have started to take off and grow their own businesses. And that's why I say that this one was when I really started to feel like more of a leader, to feel like I could take myself more seriously. I love you too. Good night. And with Diamond comes a lot more recognition. So usually your upline coach is going to make a big deal and shout you out on Facebook, and the company kind of makes a big deal. You get your name said on the national wake-up call. You also get added to a bunch of leadership groups. So there's a bunch of different leadership groups for Diamonds and above on Facebook. And that's a really great way for you to grow, because now you're in groups with not just people who may or may not be taking this business seriously, but you're with people who this is a very serious thing to them, and you can learn so much and grow so much from that. You also get to skip the lines at Summit and at the Success Club trips, which is, if you take nothing from this call and you have no desire, go to bed. It's okay. if you take nothing from this call, take this. It is worth it to push for diamond just to be able to skip all those lines. They're so long. And it's such a cool feeling when you get there and they give you your badge or your lanyard and it says diamond on it, and you get to walk past the hundreds and hundreds of people who are waiting in the super, super, super long line that's for everybody else, and you get to go to a special diamond and above line to get in. It's just a really cool feeling. You're also really getting to grow your success partner relationships. Gross. You're also really getting to grow your success partner relationships, which is really cool because now you're starting to go through some stuff as success partners and you're really starting to push and brainstorm and strategize together. You're also earning more because now you have people on your team that are kind of going off on their own. They're starting their own businesses, and that starts to really generate more and more volume under you. I'll be honest, when I hit diamond, I felt like a badass and my confidence started to go up, and that made me less afraid to talk about the business, less afraid to share on my social media, less afraid to answer objections, because I felt like I'm a diamond coach. I know what I'm doing. I've got people under me that are doing good. And that was huge for me because that confidence is magnetic and people want to join people that they feel like they can trust, that those people know what they're doing. Diamond was also when I had started my own team page and I'd started leading my own team calls and really creating a team culture. So this is when you kind of start to leave the nest of your upline team and fly, little birdie, fly. And it's really, really, really fun to get to do those things. Okay, so you may be listening to this call and going, all right, Becca, I hear you talking about these bonus cycles and earning income from the volume of your team, but I can earn income and commissions right now. Why would I want to try to grow a team and have to wait for the volume, to be building and adding people when that just seems like more work? I totally hear you. And I know that from the beginning, it can seem like that is going to take longer to grow your income and be more work. But I want to show you this chart that I made because what really happens is it's more of an investment. So it does take a little time to get going, but this is a business and all small businesses take time to get going. If this was something that you could get rich super quick, then it wouldn't be something that you want to be involved in. Trust me, this is a business. So we have to have that business mentality of long-term growth. Okay, so this was a chart from my first full year in coaching. So January 2014 through the end of November 2014 was when I made it. And this chart shows my income that I earned in commissions. So just what I earn when customers purchase, selling challenge packs, when they buy more Shakeology, etc., versus what I made in TBCs, which stands for your team bonus cycles. So that's what I was talking about here when I say you can earn $18 per bonus cycle. So this line right here is my commissions. And as you can see, they kind of go up and down, but they generally stay within a similar range. And this is from hitting Success Club every month. I have never not hit it. So the ups and downs are just either hitting more or a new product launch or, the momentum of a trip or summit, up and down. In commissions. Now I'm only one person, and even on my best month ever, I can only sell so many things because I'm only one person and I'm limited in the amount of messages I can send and the amount of time that I can spend. But when I leverage myself across an entire team and I pay forward what I've learned so that other people can build their own businesses and be successful, Beachbody rewards me in team bonus cycles. So I started building my team and I had just a little fledgling diamond team over here in that first January. Actually, I had even dropped rank for a little bit. So this was between diamond and emerald, and slowly building my team and adding coaches and helping them to learn how to be successful themselves and pouring into them and really trying to pay it forward what I'd learned. And this is the income that I made from the volume of my team over the year. So you can see that, yes, it did take a little while to get going, but watch what happened. It started to surpass and then far surpass what I could make in commissions. And it's only grown. So even on my best month of sales with challenge packs as commissions, I still couldn't even get close to touching what I was able to earn because of the work from my team, because of the success of the coaches that had signed up under me. So this is why stepping up into leadership can be so hugely beneficial for you from a business sense and for your goals and your big, big vision board things like pay off my debt, retire, bring my husband home, buy a house, invest in our kids' college funds, all of those kind of things. This is where it really starts to happen is from stepping into that leadership mindset and not being afraid to say, you know what? I can help somebody. I may not know the most about Beachbody, but I know enough that I can help someone else get started. I can use the tools that I was given to give to them and to show them what to do, and I can be there for them and help them get started too. The limitation with an income based only on commissions is that you're just limited to yourself. You're only one person. And when you start to grow a team, that goes away. So you can kind of see right here, my limitation range. This is the best I could do just by myself. And I am not a bad challenge pack salesman. There are months when I sell a ton of challenge packs, but even still, I'm just one girl with 24 hours in a day. Moving on. Okay, the next big one after Diamond is you start to go into the Star Diamonds. The first rank after Diamond is 1-star Diamond. The second is 2-star Diamond. And I'm skipping ahead to 2-star Diamond because it's the next milestone that comes with a huge wave of new perks. So if you're a coach and you are here to build a real business, you have some big goals that you want to conquer. You want this business to, help you achieve them, to help you do some of those really big things, to be that success story that you see other people have where they're paying off their debt, when they're paying off their houses, where they're taking their kids on vacations, all that kind of stuff. Then this is where you should have your eyes set on, because this is the beginning of all of the really, really, really big stuff in your business. Diamond, I know that it seems like it's the big milestone that everybody talks about, and it is, because it's a mindset milestone. When you hit Diamond, something flips in your head where you're like, okay, now I've got this business down. I know what I'm doing. I can help other people be successful, and I just have to continue to do that. But when you hit 2-star Diamond, it's like a whole new world, and I can't even tell you how much getting to 2-star Diamond changed my business. It was exponential. So to be a 2-star Diamond, you have to have 2 Diamond coaches under you, one under each leg. So just like in Diamond, you had to have an emerald on each leg, 2-star Diamond, you need a diamond on each leg. And then there are other requirements about how many active coaches you need. But the basic is that you've now duplicated success in your team, and duplicated not only success, but leadership, because now you've created 2 diamonds, which means that they are now creating emeralds under them. So you're seeing how the leadership starts to trickle down. It's like a ripple effect in a lake. The really incredible thing about 2-star Diamond is that you start to qualify for the quarterly bonuses from Beachbody. You also can qualify for the new leadership retreat, which was a huge, huge thing for me, because you get to go to corporate, and it's a 2 or 3 day retreat. You get to go to the headquarters, take a tour. You get to meet all of the people from corporate. They pour into you with leadership training. It's just an amazing experience. When you're a 2-star Diamond, you have the option to qualify for Premier as a Premier coach. Premier coaches get all kinds of little extra perks. When you're a 2-star Diamond, you also get invited to exclusive events and parties that are just for Star Diamonds and higher at events. And I know that that may sound like a silly thing, but being able to go and meet the other people who are the leaders in the company, that really helps you to elevate your game and to kind of step it up. You learn from each other, you inspire each other. And then when you're posting about these things and telling people about what you're doing, they really start to view you as a leader. And that helps you attract people to your business that want to do the business. Everybody is always like, how do I find business building coaches? How do I find business building coaches? It's this confidence and this leadership switch, when your mindset switches, that really attracts people that want to do the business. Also, when you get up to 2-star Diamond and above, you're starting to earn a much more consistent income, because now you have a much more solid team underneath you. You have 2 leaders that are now doing their whole thing on their own, and now they're creating leaders that are doing things on their own. There's an even smaller line at events that you get to bypass the regular line, the diamond line, and now you get to go into a Star Diamond line. So that's pretty fun. Now you're also leading a team. So for me, I really felt like I had moved from challenge group leader to being the figurehead of a team, being the person that was really helping people to find success on my team. Because at this point now you have your coaches, and then they're adding coaches, and they're adding coaches, and you've got like a family happening. It's a really, really cool thing. By this point, in your business, you will be leading your own trainings and team calls. You'll have your own team pages, and you're being taken so much more seriously, not only by your friends and family, but by just people that are watching your journey, and also by yourself. This is like a legitimacy when you get to these ranks that just helps you to feel really confident in what you're doing. And that helps create boldness. So you start to become unstoppable because now you've built this momentum. And on top of that, you're feeling more confident and more bold than ever. So you go out and you tell people how awesome this is. And when they give you objections, you tell them why those objections shouldn't stop them. And you say it boldly and you help them find answers. And people love that confidence. It's magnetic. The next big one after 2-star diamond is 5-star diamond. And I'm including this because there are a lot of coaches here on our team that have this as one of their goals for the year. So 5-star diamond is 5 diamond coaches under you. And you can see right here how they're divided. 2 on one side and at least 3 on the other. Now this is where you kind of move into another bracket. Just like with 2-star diamond, you were able to start qualifying for quarterly bonus and leadership things. It's the same, but to another level. So you can qualify for the quarterly bonuses. You can also qualify for the leadership retreat, which is even more exclusive. And that was my favorite retreat I've ever gone on with Beachbody because it was small and it was catered just towards helping you to be a better leader and help you to really take your team to the next level. I love that. You can qualify as an elite coach, which is one of the most prestigious titles that you can get in coaching. And with elite, you get all kinds of perks. Like there's a monthly elite bonus that you can earn, as well as Beachbody sends all kinds of gifts and little fun things for elite coaches. And at this point, your income is just getting more and more consistent and growing. When you become a 5-star diamond, you can also join the Wall, which is a secret and private group on Facebook for 5-star diamonds and above, where it's just you guys in corporate. It's like the direct hotline. Carl Deigler hangs out in there. Jeff Hill hangs out in there. All the top coaches, Melanie Mitro, Amy Silverman, Bonnie, everybody's in there. And they push info directly from corporate right to us. And we can go to them when there are issues and they hear us. It's a really, really, really cool thing. You're recognized by corporate. You're working with a corporate mentor that helps you to stay on track, that gives you ideas to help you grow in leadership and to help your team. You also start to get access to something called the 5-star diamond line. This is probably my absolute favorite perk of being a 5-star diamond or above coach, is you have a special coach relations that is limited to just 5-star diamonds and above that you can call. So you don't have to call the regular customer service and you don't have to call the regular coach relations. And these people are highly trained and highly specifically trained to understand the intricacies of our business. So you can call them with the craziest situation and they understand exactly what you're saying. They know exactly how to fix it and they can make it happen. They're like magical fairy godmother pixies over there that just like sprinkle fairy dust on your business and fix problems for you. It's incredible. It was my favorite perk. At this point, you're now duplicating big time leadership success in your business. So your confidence is going to soar. For me, hitting 5-star was just, it was like the icing on my cake. It was so huge for me because I wanted to push for elite. I wanted to be in these leadership brackets. I wanted all of those kind of things. It puts you in the top percentage of coaches in the company, and that helps you to attract more business-minded people. So people that are out there, that are Googling, is Beachbody legitimate, Beachbody coach success, they're going to find you and they're going to go, oh, that girl knows what she's doing because look, she's got all these things. She's got elite, corporate is sending her gifts. Like, look at all this kind of stuff that she's doing, and they're going to be attracted to you. There's also the elite monthly incentive, elite gifts, and just the prestige of being elite. So let me tell you a little bit about the quarterly bonus because I started talking about it here for 2-star, and it's a really, really cool thing that not everybody knows about. So when you are a 2-star diamond coach and above, you can start to qualify for the Beachbody Star Diamond quarterly bonuses. Every single quarter, so 4 times a year, Beachbody sets aside 2% of the total volume that the network brought in that quarter, and they distribute it between all of the 2-star diamonds and above. So 0.5% goes to a pool that has all the 2-star diamonds in it. Another 0.5% goes to a pool that has the 5-star diamonds in it. Another 0.5% to the 10, and another 0.5% to the 15. The reason why these bonuses go up so exponentially is because there's a lot less 15-star diamonds than there are 2-star diamonds. So you're not splitting the pool between as many people. Now, you're not wrong when you're looking at this. These are the bonuses that get paid out. They get paid out 4 times a year to the qualifying coaches. Now, here is where I'm about to blow your mind. Are you ready? Is everybody listening, paying attention? Come back if you zoned off. These bonuses stack. So if you are a 15-star diamond coach, you're also technically a 10-star diamond coach. You're also technically a 5-star diamond coach, and you're also technically a 2-star. So every quarter, you would get the 15-star bonus plus the 10-star bonus plus the 5-star bonus plus the 2-star bonus, and you'd get that 4 times a year. They also can be awarded in multiple business centers. So if you are ranked 2-star and above in multiple business centers, you would get those bonuses for each business center separately, and it just all starts to add up. So now you can start to imagine how this grows so incredibly to help you reach those goals that you have when you're really pushing for these leadership things. Now, this amount varies per quarter because, you know, the company does differently each quarter, and these are not company numbers. These are just figured out by the coaches based on averages that coaches have experienced in this. So these are always just a range, but I've found them to be pretty spot on in the bonuses that I've earned. So that's a pretty cool incentive. Okay, so maybe you're listening to all this and you're going, all right, Becca, that's cool, but I just don't know if I have it in me to be a leader. I'm not super driven by the title of elite. I don't really care about being called a diamond or getting a diamond lanyard at Summit. That just seems like not something I'm interested in. Or I don't think anybody would follow me, or I'm not organized enough to be a leader. I think that those are all really, really common concerns. So I want to talk about your motivation style. So this is something called the GEM test, and I don't want you to get confused because the GEMs are similar to the ranks I just talked about. This is totally different. This is a personality test. And it's a really fun one, and it's a really good one to know about yourself because it's based on what motivates your personality. Hang on one second. Let me make sure everybody's muted. Okay, so it's based on how you It's based on how you're motivated in your life. And I basically summarized the personality quiz and made these little columns. So there are these 4 different personality groupings. The first one is an emerald personality. And these are like kind of my type A personalities. These are people who are very organized. You have systems for your systems. You are always on time. These are the type of people that will message you when you have a typo in a post to let you know that you have a typo in your posts. If you are an emerald, you may think that the perfect birthday present would be a new planner with all color-coded pens and stickers and labels so that you could organize everything in your life. These are the type of people that have files and everything is color-coded. You want to know all of the details before you make a decision. And these are the kind of people that, you know, they'll say, Cut all the talk. Tell me what's the bottom line. What are the facts? These are our emeralds. Next is our rubies. So rubies are motivated by reward. So they're very success-driven. They're very incentive-driven. So a perfect gift for a ruby would be something of like a status symbol or recognition. So rubies love, like for example, a ruby would love something from Tiffany's because of the blue box. That would be big for them. Rubies are super competitive. They don't even want to play a game if they don't think they can win. They're the people at game night that if you suggest a game that they don't like, they're like, no, we're not playing that. They're also the people when they start to lose at game night, they're like, this game's stupid. We should stop playing. They also naturally gravitate towards leadership. So a lot of leaders tend to be natural rubies because rubies aren't afraid to stand up and say, let's go this way because they don't mind being in charge. They thrive off goals and challenges. So if you set a new goal in front of a ruby and you say, you need to accomplish this by this time, they thrive in that. They love that chase, basically. And they cannot stand complacency or a lack of drive. They just don't understand it when people don't feel the same way as they do about accomplishing goals. Okay, next up is sapphires. Oops, sorry. You might be a sapphire if your perfect gift is a group experience or a game. If you love going out to karaoke, if you love being around lots of people, if trivia night is like the funnest thing ever for you, if you think rules were made to be ignored, especially if they stop you from having fun, like you hate busy work, you think all that stuff is so silly, like why can't we just do what we want and have fun? Sapphires also really love being in the limelight. So a lot of times sapphires are performers, like actors or singers or comedians, and they always light up a room. These are the kind of people that have that kind of star quality, big personalities. You love being around them because they're just so jovial and happy, and their smile is just kind of electric. It's contagious. Sapphires are also chronically messy and usually 10 minutes late. That's just kind of how they are because they can't be bothered with those details, you know, like they're living their life. Stop trying to rein them in. And lastly are my pearls. So pearls are the most sensitive, and they're the ones that are sometimes a little more introverted, quiet, calm, maybe the wallflower. They hate confrontation. They thrive on being part of something bigger than themselves. Pearls a lot of the time get into nonprofits, and they love to volunteer, and they love to be involved in fundraising and different things where they feel like they're really contributing to making someone's life or the world a better place. A pearl would love something that's personalized or shows that someone is really thinking of them because they just want to feel valued and like what they're doing matters and is making a difference. Pearls are also your most loyal friends. So they're the type of person that you always know that you could call them, you know, for a 5 a.m. airport ride, and they would do it even if they were exhausted and had a bunch of stuff going on because they're just super, super, super devoted friends. And a lot of the times pearls get taken advantage because of that. They're the kind of people that will give you the shirt right off their back without even asking questions about it. That's our pearls. Okay, so I want you guys to look at this chart, and I want you to think, what do you feel like, which category do you feel like you fall into? You may have more than one, but usually there's one that's kind of the main way that you are organized and motivated and how you feel about pushing for goals. So I want you to stare at the gem and visualize which one you are for a second before we go to the next slide. And while you're doing that, I'm going to tell you. So a lot of the time I hear people tell me, well, I just can't be a successful leader because I'm not super driven. I'm not super motivated. I'm not very organized. I can't teach people how to do this. And to you, I want to say there is room at the top for every single style. So I went and I polled coaches who have been top 10 coaches or who are currently top 10 coaches that represent each different motivation personality type. So let's start with our emerald personality types, those type A, super organized ones. Melanie Mitro, the current #1 coach, is a perfect example of this. Melanie is super organized. She's got great systems. If you looked at any of her videos, you can just tell that she's got it together. Every single day for years as she was building her business, she woke up at 5 a.m., did a workout, updated her groups, did her power hour. It was systemized. She never missed a day. She was always on time. And the strengths of emeralds in leadership, just like Melanie, so if you're an emerald, your strengths are going to be that you are super consistent, that you are always doing the tasks that you need to do. Your strength is also going to be that you're a really good teacher because emeralds are so systemized that they have to understand everything. They're the ones that are going to go and watch every YouTube video about how to place coaches under them until they fully understand it. But the great thing about that is then they can teach other people so well. Other personality types who maybe don't have the patience to go and do that or the motivation to go do that, emeralds can teach them. Emeralds can help people to understand and strategize, and they have such clear-cut systems that it makes it really easy for people to follow the steps. Because of that, emeralds can create incredible duplication of success. Just like Melanie, Melanie creates hugely successful coaches under her because of this. Next is our ruby personalities. Rubies are the ones that want to be the best. They're the natural born leaders. They're the ones that are super hyper motivated. Bonnie Engel is a perfect example of that. So ruby personalities are the ones that you kind of see these crazy success stories. Like they just went from 0 to 100 in no time. And you kind of look at them like, what? How did that even happen? Because they're just so hyper focused on the goal and on the prize that they tend to do things and accomplish things really quickly at a kind of an astronomical pace. And the reason why rubies are so successful at leadership is because they're kind of natural born leaders. They blaze the path and they make people feel inspired, like, oh, I can do that too. So rubies are kind of the people that are in the front of the line holding the torch saying, come on, follow me. If I can do it, you can do it. I'll show you the way. And because rubies are so motivated, they're able to be really great cheerleaders to motivate other people and inspire them as well. Next up is our sapphires. Amy Silverman, I think she's currently number 3. She's a perfect example of a sapphire. So sapphires want to have fun. They want to be free to live life on their own terms. They hate having to be boxed into rules and confines. And you may think if you're a sapphire that you're not going to make a good leader because maybe you're a little bit spastic and chaotic and maybe you don't have really great organized systems. Doesn't matter. Amy Silverman is a perfect example of a sapphire leading the pack. She makes it fun. If you've ever seen any of her stuff, you just feel like she's this free spirit. She's living a life of freedom. She sparks joy in you. She's refreshing because she doesn't care to hide the fact that she just wants to enjoy her life. She wants to enjoy her business. She wants to enjoy what she's doing. She wants to travel, have fun with her husband. It sparks all kinds of joy. And those are the kind of people that you look at them and you go, I want to do that too. Like, I want to join them. They look like they're fun to be around. So they make incredible leaders. And lastly is my pearls. So a great example of a pearl is Scotty Hobbs. He's not top 10 this year, but he has been top 10 in the past. And here's a picture of him with his kids. And I laugh about this because I tried to actually find a picture like Scotty, like these first 2 girls where it was just a headshot. And like every picture of him is with his family. But I think that's so indicative of a pearl because pearls don't care about being picked out. They want to be part of something. They want to be contributing and helping people and knowing that what they're doing is mattering in other people's lives. It's much more about value for pearls. And I think that if you're a coach who's a pearl, your natural inclination can say, well, I'm not a leader. Because pearls a lot of the time are the ones that are willing to step back and let someone else shine. But I want you to hear me, pearls, because you have an incredible opportunity here. If you're a pearl and you really want to feel like what you're doing matters so that you can help other people, there is no better way to do that than by stepping into leadership. Because when you step into leadership and you move up these ranks, you give yourself the platform to be able to help way more people than if you stay being a wallflower in the kind of lower ranks and if you're scared to step up. Because as a pearl, you have such a genuine heart for people and you can kind of see past people's walls and facades. You get to the heart of the matter with them. You create crazy, wonderful relationships and you build teams that are like family. I mean, so close. And Scotty's team is exactly like that. They are like a family and he has created some incredible leaders under him. So there's no reason why pearls cannot be leaders. You're kind of like our quiet leaders, our quiet storms. All right. So the number one thing I hear from coaches is that they're afraid to step into leadership. They don't think that they have what it takes. And this is a quote that I heard that I love because I think that it so aptly applies to this situation. It says, our deepest fear is not that we're inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It's our light, not our darkness, that frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, to be gorgeous, to be talented and fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? Your playing small does nothing to serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people will not feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine. And as we let our own lights shine, we unconsciously give permission to others to do the same. As we're liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. So I want you guys to think about that for a second. Have you ever been in the presence of someone who was shining, who was not letting fear control their decisions or their life? Think about that for a minute. Didn't you feel more liberated around them? Didn't being around them, being in their presence, listening to them talk, having them share with you, didn't that make you want to shine more too? That is exactly what this is talking about. You have something in you that is amazing, and you are the only one that can give that to the world. You are the only one that can be the leader that you're meant to be, and you're the only one that can impact people's lives in the special way that you have inside of you. You're going to be able to touch people in ways that I will never be able to do. And your playing small does nothing to be able to reach them. So who are you not to step into leadership? Because you have something special. And when you step up, you give all of those people that are watching you permission to step up and lead their most healthiest, most happiest, most life by design futures possible. All right, so what are you really afraid of? These are the most common objections I hear from coaches when I'm trying to figure out where they want to go in their business, and they're telling me that they're scared of moving up through the ranks, trying to push for diamond, trying to push for star diamond, trying to build a team. The first thing I hear is that I'm not leadership material. Well, let me tell you right now, if you're here, you are leadership material, because if you're here, you're making time to learn and to grow, to invest in your business. If you're here, you're already signed up as a coach, which means you already know more about signing up as a coach than someone who has never done it. So that leads me into number 2. You're afraid you don't know enough. We are all works in progress, and even Lindsay Matway learns new things. I learn new things all the time. You do not have to know every single thing about this business to be an effective leader. You just have to be willing to share what you do know and go find answers and learn when there's something new that you don't know. And that's true of leaders in any industry. We're not unique in that. If you're here and you're a coach, you already know enough to help someone else to be a coach. Everything else can be handed down because you're already ahead of somebody else. You've already done these things. You can give them the same things you've done. You can teach them from what you've learned by experience, what your coach has given to you, and just pass it on down the line. The number 3 one I hear is that you're afraid to talk about the business or ask other people to become coaches under you. Now, this is where I'm going to give you a little bit of tough love because I think it's super important. If you're afraid to talk about the business or ask other people to become coaches, then you really need to stop and take a hard look at what you're doing here. Because if you're a coach, that means that something about this touched you. Something about this put a spark inside of you, and you said, you know what? I see a vision for my future that I like here, and I'm going to chase it down. I see the potential for accountability, for support, for new friendships, for being part of this team and this family and being connected. I see potential for my future, for my family. I think that I can help us to get out of the financial situation that we're in and into a better one. I think I can help contribute. I can bring my husband home. I can create a better life and future for us. If those are all true and that's why you're here, then why would you ever be afraid to help someone else have that same positive experience? And if you are here and you don't believe in this business and what it's doing, then why are you here? Like, really, why? Because I don't believe that anyone is here that doesn't see the incredible opportunity at hand. And if that's the case, then how dare you not want to share that with someone that you care about? Why would you not want to help them improve their life? You can't make the decision for them for whether or not this is going to be an option. You can't look at people and go, they're not going to be interested, because you don't know what's going on in their life behind closed doors. This could be exactly what they need. This could literally change their life. Have you seen those success stories where people talk about how this business has completely changed their life? They start crying. They're talking about how they would never be the same. Someone invited them to this. They didn't just stumble upon it randomly. They were invited by their sponsor coach, and someone believed in them enough to tell them about it, to tell them about the opportunity. So do not be afraid to talk about the business at all. If you're a new coach, you don't have to feel like you have to have some sort of crazy success to be able to talk to other people. You can just talk about your own vision, your excitement, what you've already experienced up to this point. That's enough. You don't have to feel like you have to wait till a certain point before you can start inspiring other people. Because you holding back, you may be missing opportunities to really help people get out of situations that they're in, really help them find the answers they're looking for. Don't be afraid. Next, afraid that you can't maintain it or that you'll run out of people. So I hear this a lot, and this is even something that I think about and I even battle. It's this scarcity mentality. And I have even battled this still as a coach. I'll tell you guys, honestly, I battled it this week. So I already have more than enough points to hit Success Club for this month. And I've had a couple people email me about challenge packs. And for a split second in my head, I go, you know what? I'm going to maybe stall a little bit answering them because I want to make sure I have enough people for next month. And I caught myself. I said, Becca, snap out of it. That is a scarcity mentality that you don't need to have. You don't need to be putting it out in the universe that you're afraid that you're not going to have enough people. Because when you start telling yourself that you're not going to have enough people, and when you start thinking that you're not going to have enough people, guess what? You're not going to have enough people, because you're already telling that story to your brain, and your brain's going to believe it. When you start telling yourself, I have enough people, I'm going to sign them up right now because they're excited. I don't want to quelch any of their excitement. I want to get them plugged in right this second. And you say, it doesn't matter. I'll find new people next month. Come hell or high water, I will find a way. People are going to come, and I'm going to find them if they don't. When you have that mentality, when your mentality is so certain and you say, you know what? Not having enough is not an option for me. It's going to happen. I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to ensure that it happens. When you have that switch in your brain, let me tell you something. It seems magical. It's really not. But something happens where your brain subconsciously starts to look for opportunities to make that happen. Okay, let me tell you a crazy little story. So Tony Robbins told this story. Have you ever been in a situation, let's say you're at your parents' house for dinner, right? And you go into the kitchen to get a drink and your mom's like, hey, can you bring the salt and pepper in? And you just holler back, well, I don't know where it is. And your mom goes, it's right in front of you. It's in that cabinet right there. Just open it up and grab it. Well, you've already told yourself and everybody listening that you don't know where it is. And subconsciously, your brain doesn't want to make you a liar. So you open the cabinet, you don't see it. And you go, it's not there. I don't know where it is. And you close it and you go back and sit down. And your mom gets up in a huff and she's like, oh, you're the worst at finding stuff. She walks into the kitchen. She opens it right in front of your face, points right to the salt and pepper, goes, it is right here. How did you not see it? You literally did not see it. Have you ever had that happen to you? How many people have husbands that happens to them all the time? They can never find things. It's like right in front of their face. That happens to me all the time. And it's actually a blind spot. There's an actual psychological term, but the nickname for it is a blind spot. Your brain doesn't want to make you a liar. So it literally subconsciously gives you a blind spot for seeing it, because then you didn't have to lie. You didn't see it. You legitimately didn't realize it was there. This is exactly the same thing that happens. If you say, I don't see any business builders, I don't see anyone that wants to join me, your brain is going to make it real because it doesn't want to make you a liar. So you have to not think that way. You have to not say that way. You have to say, you know what? I'm going to have them. They're going to come. I'm going to go find them. It's going to happen. And then what happens is your brain wants to make you a truthful person. So it starts looking for opportunities. Subconsciously, you pick up on things you wouldn't have picked up on before. You're in a conversation with a friend and they just mention on a whim how overworked and tired they are, how they'd really love to be able to go on vacation. All of a sudden your brain goes, ding, ding, ding. This person would be an incredible coach. And you've maybe had a million conversations with that person before and you've never thought of them in that way. You've never thought to talk to them about it. And all of a sudden your brain saw an opportunity where it didn't before. All of a sudden you're going through your day and something happens and you get inspired with a post to share. And you go on Facebook and you write out how you're feeling and you are able to talk about something in a way you've never done it before. I promise you, this is a shift that happens. You can't have that mindset of scarcity. You have to switch it to having a mindset of more than enough. And very lastly, failure. So the number one thing I hear people say is that they are just afraid to try because they're afraid to fail. And I'll tell you from experience, I'm one of the most black and white people when it comes to my own goals. I'm very gray with everybody else, but with myself, I'm very black and white. And I feel like if I didn't do the best possible job ever, then I was a miserable failure. And that's how I've been all my life. I'm definitely a Ruby personality where I have to be doing the best or I'm so hard on myself. And I've had to learn through a lot of personal development and trial and error that this business is not like that. If your goal is to move up through these leadership ranks and you try something and you fail, quote unquote, fail at it, you don't get the result that you were hoping for, that's not a failure unless you quit and stop trying. Because the goal is to get to those leadership ranks. The only way to 100% guarantee failure at that, to not get to them, is to stop trying and to quit. The only way that you can actually fail is to give up. If you try something and it doesn't work out, or if you get to them and you lose rank, you haven't failed. You've just figured out a way that doesn't work to getting to your goal. There's this quote from Thomas Edison, and he had made thousands and thousands and thousands of light bulbs before finally finding the combination that worked. And someone asked him, what was it like to fail 10,000 times at creating the light bulb? And he said, I didn't fail. I just found 10,000 ways to not make a light bulb. And that's the mentality you have to have. If you put a post up, a call for people that want to join your team and nobody answered, that's not a failure. You've just learned a way that doesn't work. So tweak it. Do it differently next time. If you're trying to build your team and it's just not happening the way you want, that's okay. Just reevaluate, tweak it, change something, try something new. We're not failing. We're in constant motion. It's not success or failure. It's just learning new ways to do it over and over and over again. Okay, so your call to action today is I want you to take a self snapshot of your business. Excuse me. So I want you to go into your Coach Online office, go to My Business, And then I want you to go to my downline sponsorship drill down and look at the people that you have under you. If you're a brand new coach, you don't have anybody under you yet, then you know you don't have anybody under you. If you have people, look. I want you to take a little snapshot. And then what I want you to do is I want you to screenshot this or just Google the same picture. And I want you to write down the names of the people under you in these little blank holes based on what you want as your goal. So you need to pick out where you want to go. Do you want to get to Emerald next month? Do you want to get to Diamond by a specific date? Do you want to be a 2-star Diamond at Summit? Whatever it is, I want you to pick out what your goal is. Maybe it's get to Emerald next week. Totally doable. And you're going to print this out and you're going to say, all right, I have one coach on this side. I'm going to write their name in right here. So I need one more right here. And I want you to tack this up somewhere where you're going to see it. And you tell your brain, we're going to fill this space. And I want you to live every day with the knowledge that this is what you're working towards. All right, come back down to here. I want you to reverse engineer your goal. So let's say your goal is to go Diamond in the next 90 days. Okay, so you've got 3 months to do it. Diamond means you need to add 8 coaches. So how many coaches does that mean you need to add each month? How many does that mean you need to add each week? Make it small, digestible. Yes, it's scary as a new coach to go, oh my gosh, how am I ever going to find 8 people? But you know what's not scary? Find one. Find one person and then do it again. And then do it again. And do it again. It's easy when you break it down into these smaller bite-sized pieces. All you're really doing is slide edging it. If you haven't read that book, then you need to go do it right now. Go order it on Amazon as soon as we're done. Next, you need to start acting like the coach you want to attract, because stepping into leadership means that you're attracting people to you that you want to also be leaders. And like attracts like. So you need to be the type of person you want in your business. If you want to attract coaches to your business that hit Success Club consistently, that are running challenge groups every month, that are adding coaches themselves and building their own team, that are posting their journey on social media and they're bold and they're creative, then you need to be that person. Because if you're not that person, that type of person is not going to be attracted to you. If you're willy-nilly posting here and there, and maybe you post for a month and then you fall off for a month or two and then you come back and you don't, and you only hit Success Club when it's convenient, that's going to be the type of coaches that join your team, because they're going to be modeling what you have. They're just going to be copying what you've shown them. So be the leader that you really are and that you want to attract on your team. Don't reinvent the wheel. You are part of a incredible team that's part of an even bigger, even more incredible team. You have every resource already available. So what I do not want you to do is get off this call and be like, I need to build a website. I need to build a training site. I need to create all of this content. You don't need to do that. It's already there. It's in the files. It's in our team training. All you need to do is pass it on. So don't create more work for yourself than you really need to have. Next, set a date. So we all need to know where we're going to be able to start in that direction. You need a map, right? So I want you to pick a date for whatever your next goal is. Maybe it's next week, maybe it's next month, maybe it's by Summit, maybe it's by the end of the year, whatever it is. After this call's over, I'm going to post a post in our big tribe-wide page, and I want you to go in there and publicly say where you want to go and when you want to do it by. And we're going to post it in there for accountability. And then what I want you to do, if you don't already have a success partner, is look through that thread of people and find someone who has a similar goal and a similar timeline to you and reach out to them and say, hey, do you want to talk about this and see if we could maybe be a good fit to pushing for this together? Our goals line up, our timelines line up. We should maybe brainstorm. We can maybe run things together. We can come up with cool ideas, keep each other on track, keep each other encouraged. Find that success partner that's going to run with you. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for being here. I hope that you got a little nugget or two out of that. Oh goodness, 55 chats. This was a little bit longer call than normal, but if anybody wants to talk or has any questions, we can stick around for another 10 or 15 minutes to answer them.